Good evening, I'm Keisha Butts with the CTV News Update. After the school system closed 3 schools because of a COVID-19 outbreak, the health department is again urging residents to get vaccinated. As we reported yesterday, a COVID-19 outbreak forced Kettering Middle, Benjamin Tasker Middle, and Excel Academy Public Charter School to close temporarily. The uptick in cases has led the county health department to change its school quarantine guidance. Under the new policy, anyone identified as a close contact of a positive case must quarantine for 10 days regardless of vaccination status. However, the policy applies to schools dealing with an outbreak.
Now, we will accept a 7-day quarantine for close contacts which means they could return to school on day 8 if their PCR test for COVID was conducted on day 5 or later, and the result of that test is negative, and they don't have any symptoms that have been reported during their daily monitoring. I would always say, our greatest tool against the pandemic is vaccination. We're seeing now that, as we knew going into getting boosters, is that some of the effectiveness of vaccine wears off over time. So getting your booster is actually now an important part of this battle.
For more information on the new guidance, visit the health department's website. Meantime, with holiday gatherings just days away, COVID hospitalizations continue to rise. Statewide hospitalizations have surpassed 1,200. Governor Larry Hogan today has announced a new round of actions to combat the surge. They include increasing bed capacity and reducing elective surgeries. Hospitals are now also required to implement their pandemic plans. According to the state health department, the vast majority of cases is among the unvaccinated. As for the daily COVID numbers and positivity rates, that information has not been available since the health department was hit by a computer hack over the December 4th weekend. The University of Maryland cancels its winter commencement and all related activities. The main ceremony was supposed to take place December 20th with department ceremonies on the 21st and 22nd. Instead, all winter graduates will be invited to the spring ceremony in May. The actions are intended to help curb further spread of the coronavirus. On Thursday, UMD had 98 positive cases from university testing and an additional 12 self-reported cases from tests taken on Monday's final exams will continue, but all students and faculty must wear a K95 mask for all in-person finals. You're watching CTV News. I'm Keisha Butts. Coming up, she's affectionately known as Auntie Pauline, and she's turning 102 years old. Her story right after the break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Find out how to use an awkward silence to help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back. One of the county's oldest residents is celebrating a milestone. Pauline Patton is now 102 years old. Friends, family, along with State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy attended her birthday party at an assisted living facility this afternoon. Patton is originally from South Carolina. She's lived here in the county for more than 80 years. Happy birthday, Miss Patton. Depending on where you go in the county, you may see mostly fast food restaurants. However, a company is hoping to change that by bringing healthy options to Prince George's. Market Fresh Gourmet held a grand opening ceremony this morning. It's for its corporate location in Largo. The business plans to open new grocery stores throughout the county.
Mostly we're concerned about making sure that all of our residents have healthy foods. And we're also, of course, growing the economy, creating jobs, and doing so with a person who's locally grown himself. Dr. Mario Miner is a native-born Prince Georgian, so we're excited also to support him and his partners.
One of the things that we don't have a problem with is accessing food, and so it is our responsibility to make sure that people are receive that food. It's important for us to make sure that we are educating people about what types of food to cook, how to cook.
The first market is slated to open in Capitol Heights next year. Upper Marlboro has a new mayor. Commissioner Sarah Franklin was selected by her board colleagues as the new mayor, and she was sworn in earlier this week. Another commissioner, Janice Duckett, was selected as the board's treasurer. Horse racing resumes at Laurel Park Racetrack after a nearly 2-week suspension. The Maryland Jockey Club canceled racing at the track December 3rd after a series of injuries to race horses. At least 8 animals suffered fatal injuries at the track in October and November. Procedural changes have since been implemented, including regular reporting of track conditions. Several jockeys told the commission that the track is now in significantly better condition than before the suspension. An unidentified man remains hospitalized after he was shot while driving in southern Prince George's. Investigators say the victim crashed into a home after the shooting. The incident occurred at Graydon Lane in Brandywine. Officials say debris from the car could be spotted for blocks before the crash. Police discovered the man after 6 o'clock. He was flown to a hospital in critical condition. Police say no one inside the home was hurt. Anyone with information on the case is asked to call police. Prince George's County is offering grant money to help bolster anti-violence efforts in the county. Angela Osterbrooks has announced that a request for proposals is now available for nonprofit organizations in D.C. metropolitan area. The organizations will support the efforts of the Hope in Action Anti-Violence Project. The program will provide grants up to $50,000. The request for proposals is available until January 14th. For more information, call the number on your screen. And coming up, Maryland State Police say it's not too late to help with a Christmas toy drive. We'll have those details after the break.
A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Thank you for staying with us. Time is running out to help make Christmas extra special for some deserving county kids. The Maryland State Police Forestville Barrack is wrapping up its Christmas toy drive this Saturday, December 18th. But troopers are still accepting new toys for children ranging from 2 years old to the teen years. The donated items will be sent to the Shepherd's Cove, a women's shelter in Capitol Heights.
I definitely understand and sympathize with the situations that they are currently in alongside of their families being located at the shelter, along with the things that they are being provided with by the shelter are definitely rewarding. But just us as law enforcement officers being able to make a contribution to such a great cause is definitely the most rewarding thing above all.
If you have room in your heart to help, you have until tomorrow to drop off toys at the Forestville Barrack located at 3500 Forestville Road. Some top honors for area athletes and their leader. Victor Ramirez was named Coach of the Year by the Washington Post. The former senator has spent the last 6 years as head soccer coach at his alma mater, Northwestern High School in Hyattsville. Ramirez guided the Wildcats to its first state championship since 1995 in a dramatic final against Northwest High School. 2 of his Northwestern players were also named to the Post All-Met soccer team. Josue Guzman was named first-team All-Met, and Jose De Paz Mejia took honorable mention honors. Meantime, 2 former University of Maryland football players settle a lawsuit for $200,000 each, according to the Washington Post. Gus Little and E.J. Donahue had accused former coach D.J. Durkin of running a toxic program and subjecting athletes to constant abuse. The Maryland Attorney General's office reached an agreement with the 2 last month that closes the last unresolved legal challenge stemming from offensive lineman Jordan McNair's death and Durkin's contentious tenure at College Park. The McNair family agreed to a $3.5 million settlement in January. The Washington Wizards' losing streak continues. The team fell to the Phoenix Suns 118-98 last night. Washington hung with Phoenix for a quarter before the Suns turned on the gas and pulled away with a run a few minutes before halftime. Bradley Beal led both teams with 26 points and 5 assists. Washington has dropped 4 straight for the first time this year, surpassing the 3-game mark they hit last week with losses to Cleveland, Toronto, and Indiana.
We got to get the care factor up, and we got to get back to playing for each other. It's easy at times when, the shots going in and things are going our way, but, when they aren't, how do we respond? And I think that's the challenge.
We know we're losing right now, but we can't let that dictate, our play, and our trust with each other. We gotta find a way to just, get it done, do our job and just get it done.
And that wraps up our newscast. Join us again on Monday. I'm Keisha Butts. Have a good night.